Yes.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
What's up?
What?
Sorry, we don't allow Greeks in this game.
I'm not Greek. I'm from Zimbabwe.
I don't know
Funny
if
that you
that's
bring up
accurate.
Zimbabwe. Has anyone seen that picture, like, of the Zimbabwe Pizza Hut? Like their Facebook post?
No.
No.
Oh, dude. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Is it like?
It's hysterical.
The things you learn by playing D&D.
There it is.
Fuck beans.
Fuck beans?
There are beans you can fuck. That's a weird bean. You have to like soak it first. 'Cause, like usually beans are really hard.
You can fuck anything if you put your mind to it, Ken.
Like a really small penis.
Anything's a dildo if you're brave enough.
Why did you order me beacons on?
Wow. No, I had not seen that previous.
Yeah, I saw that today. I was like, what? Zimbabwe pizza game, don't mess around.
So I left my house keys and car keys in my buddy's car. My buddy drove me home, and I just dropped something. What an idiot.
Yeah, sounds like you're having problems over there.
I am. Serious problems. I'll be back in a minute.
Ashes to ashes, crust to crust.
Right?
That's great.
Sorry. Sorry about that.
No worries.
I'm a mess. I'm late. I fucking broke something.
This is why I never take you anywhere nice.
You and everybody else.
You're getting Red Lobster again.
We going to Sizzler.
Hey, Farva, what's the name of that place you really like with the tacky decorations and the pictures on the wall?
Chosky's? Oh, what actually was the name of that place though?
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. And then they won the bet for him saying shenanigans.
Yeah, it was like the captain was like, I'm pistol whipping the next one of you that says shenanigans. Hey, like, oh, you mean shenanigans?
Oh,
That's such a good movie.
All right. Is everybody ready to go? I'm not really, but is everybody else?
Yes, and I'm sorry for being a waste of fucking life.
Jesus, that was very harsh.
At least it was directed towards myself.
I'm not sure if
Should
that's
we,
better or worse.
should we do a GoFundMe for Ken's computer?
I'm working on it. Hopefully in a week or two, I'll be up to go. And by the way, next week I have to figure out what I'm doing. It's my birthday, so I may have something to do on Thursday.
So, on a similar vein, not next week, but the week after is birthdays in this household, so I might be doing things since it's the 4-day weekend plus birthday week.
We'll work it out. I mean, we can always reschedule next weekend, the other week. Although the week after, because of the 4th, might be a bit difficult. So we'll figure it out. But yeah, we've got So last week, you guys finished saving the town of
Nightstone?
Nightstone. I think it's like Night Oak, and I'm like, it's not Night Oak. And you made a new friend, a cloud giant, in a floating castle, floating tower, with a wizard's hat on it. He is also apparently a wizard, and he's kind of crazy. But he's agreed to take you to Tribor, where you were supposed to pass along the information that the nobles of Nightstone's child, that he is now in charge of the family.
What was the name of that guy? Nathan?
Hold on, I wrote it down. Oh, I don't have my notes open. Of course I don't.
No worries.
One sec.
You can just throw it in the chat while Ken.
Yeah, I will when I
continues.
pull it up.
All right. By the way, I apologize because I was listening to the I saw that Hunter was streaming the other day. I put it on. It was just us again, and God, I'm terrible to listen to. I don't know how you fucking feel with it.
I'm sorry.
Listening to your own voice is always the worst thing. Like, I hate hearing my voice on recordings because it sounds like somebody else's.
On top of that, though, like, my mic sounds shitty on all the recordings, and I keep asking people, like, if my volume is okay, but then I go listen to the recording, and I mumble, and I don't speak up, and I'm like, man, I'm terrible at this. I'm the person fucking streaming.
Man, it's like a wave of self-hatred in this group tonight, man.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
that's just because we're all terrible.
Yeah, you guys are pretty shitty.
Varys's character is the one that has the self-loathing.
All right, so you guys are flying along, heading north. It's going to take you a few days to get up to Tribor. The giant has asked you to stay on the bottom floor. He tells you that there's, sensitive stuff up on the second floor, and the third floor is reserved for his griffins. As you fly through the clouds, you often see them wheeling around the tower. He occasionally feeds them out of his hand. He also occasionally, every other morning, he seems to come down and forget who you are, and you have to introduce yourselves again. But he's always pleasant. Why don't you all give me a D20 and tell me what you roll?
Oh no.
13.
Yes! I rolled a 1.
17 from Caldrus.
11 from Ryle.
13 from Arafiel.
All right.
Solid 1 for old Bearbriar there.
Okay. So you guys are flying along. What are you guys doing when you are on this trip?
I'm playing music the entire time.
I really don't trust this guy necessarily because he's nuts, and I kind of want to go upstairs, but I also really don't want to die. So I'm kind of like having that mental debate with myself.
Okay.
I'm building something. Working on some sort of new invention that I don't have a name for yet.
Caldress is using this opportunity to kind of praise, not the right word here, but he's learned some new spells recently and is focusing on honing his newfound magic.
Okay. So you guys are all going about your days. On the third day, everybody give me perception checks.
Is this where we find out he's taking us to a farm with 3 pigs?
Wait, we didn't remind if we've been having to introduce ourselves every day. How do we know that he's going in the right direction?
That's my sudden new concern.
I got an
give me-
18.
Lowest is
I rolled a
14,
23.
Highest is
Bear,
23.
Okay. Anybody who rolled over a 15 will see wheeling in their direction a flight of what looks like giant vultures.
Not these again.
Oh,
Anybody
this
over
thing.
20 will see they have riders on them. And they are approaching the tower.
Okay.
It's like
So how do you
Elvis
guys
or
feel
something.
about the Princes of the Apocalypse?
The who what now?
It's my new cover band.
I was gonna say, isn't that some kind of metal band?
Oh, what instrument do you play?
Metal?
How aware would we be of like the cultist threat that we barely averted in our previous campaign?
Anybody who knew any of you who know a character from the previous campaign may well be aware of it. In particular, I'm thinking the cleric, who I think is Ryle, correct?
Yeah.
Since you are familiar with Gundren, you may well have heard of them.
Yeah. Varys was a little crazy and didn't seem to be much of the adventuring type. So I heard it, but I didn't really listen to him all that much. But I'm vaguely aware of some sort of cultist.
Okay.
None of that matters
I
'cause
will
don't see it.
inform them that not only are we being attacked or being approached by giant vultures, but there are people on top of them. And I will be doubly sure to inform the giant.
Okay. John's like, oh, good. I always do enjoy some visitors. Please, would you be so kind as to put the kettle on and to see about rustling up a meal? Yes. That's what I think.
I will
Yes.
cordially accept his request, while also informing him that I don't necessarily think they're friendly.
Yeah, I don't think these people are friendly.
Have you had visitors on giant vultures before, Zephyrus?
Have I had giant visitors on giant vultures before? He thinks for a second. What's a vulture? I don't think so.
I'm going to point out the approaching flock of vultures to him.
Okay. At this point, they've actually reached the clouds that surround the base, and they've landed on it and have started dismounting.
I'm not drawing
He's
my
like,
sword
what's a-
yet, but I will strap my shield on, since we were just kind of in lounge mode.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
definitely readying up at this point.
Same here.
All right. He goes, oh, why don't he's actually sitting at his desk writing something. So he says, would one of you be so kind as to go and see what it is that I can do for you? It's so strange to have visitors. I have so many right now. It's so exciting. Yes.
I can look at everybody else and say, why don't we all just go check this out? Just in case.
I'm going to go yell to the griffins and hope they vaguely understand that their master is in terrible danger.
I'll head to the front door with the other folks.
I don't have the
Uh,
ranger skill that allows me to talk to animals or anything yet, but
You know,
Do
it's
you want,
funny
do
you
you
should
want to
mention that.
just do- Mhm.
Cauldrus can speak with animals.
oh well, the Cauldrus, get over here. Why are you letting me yell at these birds?
It will cost me a spell slot.
I will point out also that griffins, and you would know this, Calgers, that griffins are not animals. They are monstrosities.
Okay. I just wanted to brag that the paladin can talk to woodland creatures, but the fucking ranger can't.
Hey, I only have one level in ranger so far. Yeah, so I guess I'll go back to waving at the griffins and trying to convey the point of danger.
Okay. You can see one of the griffins out the window. Go ahead and give me a animal handling check. Actually, first off, do you speak giant?
I do.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and give me an animal handling check.
I rolled a 13.
Okay. It flies over towards you when it hears when it hears you shouting giant towards it. It does hear you over the wind, and it flies over towards you. You do not feed it, and it flies away again.
Oh. Well, I tried. I'm now going to act in support of the squad. And hopefully not let us get killed.
Okay. You hear as you guys approach the door, you hear a banging upon it, and you hear a voice cry out for the master of the tower.
I don't like the sound of this. Let's get the giant.
I'm just going to shout back. He asked us to see how we could help you.
We do not speak with lackeys and fools. We desire to speak with the tower in the name of Yansi Bin.
Oh.
Okay, once he says Yansi Ben, that is going to ring a bell, and I'm gonna tell everyone that these guys are no good.
I got a 10 on a
We
religion
need to get
check.
rid of them.
Yeah, you
Sorry,
recognize
what'd you say, Hunter?
I said I got a 10 on a religion check.
Okay. Did you have any connection with the prior party in your backstory?
I did not. I was open
Okay.
to the concept of bumping into them, but Cauldrus is up and comer. He and Sai, despite being from Waterdeep, would have never crossed paths just yet.
Two people being from Waterdeep is like two people being from New York. There's no reason they would know each other. But with the 10, you'll recognize that as being like an elemental language. You suspect it's some sort of elemental, an extraplanar creature, but you don't know any details about him.
Arafil will ask when Ryle says they're up to no good. Arafil will ask, "Well, what do you mean? What does Yansi Ben have to do with anything?"
There was a warlock. Well, there was a caster of some sort that back in Phandelver that mentioned something about some cultists, and I vaguely recall him saying something about Yansi Ben and fighting against them. These are the same people. We could be in some trouble.
All right. I will go to the giant and tell him that we're even more sure they're dangerous. And they demand to speak with him personally.
Okay. Give me a persuasion check.
And I
Can
say
I-
demand in a way that makes them seem like giant assholes while I roll a 5.
Yeah, why don't you ask me to do that next time?
I mean, I'm proficient in persuasion. I just rolled horribly.
I have a +8.
Damn.
Wow.
All right. That's all you.
You do the talking.
Next time. You guys
Yeah.
understand I'm a lore bard, right?
What's your roll, Matt?
5. Yeah.
It was amazing.
Zephyros he'll wave at you and say, I'm sure you can handle whatever sort of intrusions come with crazy men on giant vultures."
Oh, and
So-
I'm totally going to mention the name Yanzi Bin in case he recognizes it.
Okay.
Arafil's going to go up to the door and yell to the other side of it and say, "You do understand that there's a giant here, right? I think it's best if you got back on your riders or your vultures and you left."
He looks at you. You hear a little bit of incredulity in his voice. He does not recognize the name Yansi Bin, by the way. He says, "Of course, there's giants in here. Who else would be flying a cloud giant castle than a cloud giant?"
And what business do you have with the master?
The business I have regards to myself, my god, and the lord of this tower, who is not you, for you are not a giant.
Well, the lord of this tower has instructed me to deal with you personally, and unless you state your business, this is the last time that I'm going to converse with you about the matter before we disperse with you.
Says, "Do not tempt the Lord Yansi Bin with your foolishness. Bring me to the lord of this tower."
Bring me your Yansi bin.
All right. Give me a moment. I'm going to go grab one more book. I'll be right back.
I don't like the sound of that.
How many times we gotta say no to every NPC that comes walking along?
Like, fuck you, you fucking fuck. Yeah, every time someone comes along.
Yeah, we're really not nice to people, are we?
No, we're not.
Every single
No.
time we like get a role play opportunity going on, it's kind of them going, "Hey, do blah," and we're like, "Not really," and they're like, "No, but seriously," and we're like, "No, but seriously not," and then Gothic smashes something. Or Sai's like, "Oh, let me talk," and steps to the front and rolls a fucking 1 with disadvantage.
So, are you guys shouting from like outside, through the door? Are you shouting through a window?
In my mind, we were all on the inside of the door, and they were all on the outside of the door, and we were conversing through it.
Okay.
I am definitely ready to attack beside the door.
Yeah. I had the same idea of being on opposite ends of the door.
Sorry, I just got a call from my buddy who drove me home because I left my car keys and my house keys in his car, and I texted him about it, and he doesn't see them there, so that's not good.
All right. So when you say that, a gust of wind is going to slam against the door. And we'll D&D Beyond. All right. There's a gust of wind will blast against the door, and it will burst out into the doors will slam open, and we will need to roll initiative.
All right, so I know everyone was talking about where they imagined, things were going on, but I imagined I was like, I was up front against the door. Like I wasn't, I was the closest to the door while I was talking to them, but I wasn't within, like, if the door would have opened, I wasn't within getting hit with it range.
No, I'm not saying. You're not. You didn't say you got hit with the door. The door just slammed open, and now we need to roll initiative because there's 9 people outside who want to hurt you.
All right, but I just imagined myself being like the closest to the door, the squishy bard. I'm just saying.
Without an accurate map, I wasn't going to punish you for like being shouting through a door. The door just slams up.
Gotcha. I'm closest to it. I'm closest to them. I imagine myself.
I acknowledge you are closest to it.
Just roll high on initiative. You'll be fine.
7. Great. With a
Okay.
+4.
Character names as well, please.
Oh, sorry.
Calder's 16.
Arafil 7.
Ryle 17.
Verabrar 21.
Sorry, Ryan, what was your score? 17?
17.
Verabrar? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Veribar 21. I got that.
Okay.
Alright.
Did you say there were 9 people outside?
Oh.
Alright. Students? Students? Oh, yeah, here. Oh. Oh my god. Alright, so, Verabra, you are first to act.
Okay, are these people obviously like attacking us? Like that's their like clear intention? Because I don't want to like piss
Well,
off
I mean, they just
the
they
giant
just
heavy set
burst.
of
They
guns.
just there's a they all have weapons in hand, but they're not like, and they look like they're willing to fight their way through. But they've all they've asked for is to talk to the Lord of the Tower. They seem to be aware that he is a giant because they told you they are.
Okay. Is the door broken or just open?
It kind of just it like opens. There's like a 2 doors that open together, so they just kind of blew
Okay.
themselves open. It was a gust of wind spell, if you're curious.
Okay. I will just stand my ground and ready in action to attack them if they come into range of me, and yell to the giant that they just broke his door down.
Okay. Very good. And next up is a robed figure, and he's wearing a feathered robe. And he will hold up his hand, and he will cast Gust of Wind again through the doorway. Actually, let me check that spell. I think it might actually be concentration. Spell?
Man, I wish I was on Psy and could just push these motherfuckers out of this tower.
It is concentration. The wind is continuing to blow through the door, and since he's continuing, anybody who's in the line of the door, please give me a strength saving throw.
I guess I'd be on the side. So
Yeah.
Okay.
14 is the lowest, other than Arafil, who got a 2.
Ryle got a 21.
Calder's at 17.
Verabrar at 14.
All right, spell save was a 12. So, well, whoever got the 2 is pushed back 15 feet away from the door. The rest of you are able to maintain your position. However, your movement
That was
speed-
literally the best thing that could have happened.
Yes. Yes, it
However,
was.
the rest of your movement speed is halved. And then we are to Ryle.
Whose speed is halved?
Anybody who's in the air, because it's continuing to blast through the doorway.
Okay. I'm going to take a step back out of the doorway, to the side. and cast Aid on everyone, so everybody gets an extra 5 HP.
All right.
I'm going to wait and see what else happens.
Okay. Caldrus.
Well, I don't want to like start a fight, but I feel like they're starting a fight, so I'm gonna start a fight. I will, heft up my longsword. I will march towards the first guy, and I will. I'm gonna kind of call out. Now you're just. You've overstepped your bounds. It's time for you to leave, and I'm going to swing at the first guy.
Okay.
13.
13 will hit. Yes, one of the mooks in front. There's like 7 of the people are just kind of like robed cultist-looking figures. Then the 2 in the back have a. There's the robed figure with the fancy feathered robe, and the other guy has a cloak on over some light armor.
Well, I do 6 damage to the front minion.
Okay.
Also, just for your record, I took heavy armor master, so I'll be doing that reduce bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, madness every time you do things.
Okay. Remember, you take a minimum of 1.
Yep. I'm just announcing now, so. Since I know you're not in Roll20.
He is not dead, but you hear him cry in pain, and blood starts to stain his robes. This is now Caldrus. Is that Caldrus who just went?
That was Caldrus.
Okay. Since you have attacked, you are going to get swarmed with 7 cultists.
Okay.
Yep. They have a mixture of short swords and daggers. Damn it. That's my hat already. I got a fucking die roll. Where it go? What's your AC now?
19.
19. Alright, you're hit with 3 attacks.
Hooray.
So when these cultists swarmed him, did they enter my range at all?
Well, he stepped forward out of the doorway.
Okay.
I will say you should. I'll let you have an attack on one of them. One of them ran around behind him, trying to stab him in the kidneys.
I feel like if 7 people are all running forward to swing at me.
So several of them a couple of them would have run past you. You have 1 reaction, so you can go ahead and take an action.
Well, I rolled very poorly, so I rolled a 10.
Well, quick question before all this happens.
Uh-huh.
Since Caldrus was in the gust of wind, and all these cultists swarmed him, did they all have to make saving throws?
They are actually, their robes kind of catch the wind and allows them to move a little bit further because they are air cultists and they trained for this.
Worth a try.
So they are going with the wind. Caldrus, you take 8 piercing damage as you are stabbed. Stabbed.
Okay, so subtract
That
3.
could have
Sorry?
because the 5 bonus.
It's right, because you're heavy armor master. So
Yeah, I'm just making sure, are you doing the math or am I doing the math? Because I'm fine with doing the math, I
you're
just
doing
don't
the
want
math. Also,
Okay.
I think it's 2, it was 4, and it was 2. So I rolled a little shit on the damage.
So
I think you just reduced
1 and 1.
1, 1, and 1. Arafel.
So, Caldrus is outside the door. and he was swarmed by 7 of these guys. How far away are all of them? The 7 plus the other 2.
They're all with there's a few of them that are like right in the doorway. There's a few of them that are about 10 feet away. There's a few that are 5 feet away. They're all kind of surrounding Caldrus. Caldrus himself is 5 feet outside the door, so probably 10 or 15 feet away from you.
Can I, if I have a spell that has a 20-foot radius, can I catch all of them in it without catching Caldrus in it?
No, because Caldrus is in the middle of them all.
I'll be fine.
With Fairy Fire? No. You don't want? No.
Yeah, you don't want that.
I got blown away. I was right up against the door. I got blown away 15 feet. How far outside of the door can I get?
Well, you can get back to the doorway basically because your speed is halved. So you can get to the doorway again. That'll put you in melee with a couple of the guys, and then you could, have the range of the doorway outside of it.
And Veribar, where are you in relation to the doorway?
I'm like right in melee range of the closest people to me, but
So casting an AoE centering for myself will hit more than just Caldrus.
Yeah, if it's focused on yourself, is it centered on yourself or is it like projected out from yourself?
Thunderwave.
Oh yeah,
that would wreck. That would wreck most of your team members. It would also do a pretty good number on like the interior of this castle.
All right. I would like to cast Fairy Fire on as many of them as possible without hitting Caldrus.
Okay. You can get 4 of the ones that are surrounding him, the ones that are on like the outside side of him. You also catch the 2 that are outside of it. Let's see who makes the save. It's a dex save, right?
Yes, dexterity saving throw. DC is 14.
14?
Yep, so I'm going to throw up a mixed concoction of my own. I'll grab some of my makeup from my disguise kit and throw it in the air and bat it with my banjo, my bandolier and whatever, and it'll burst 20 feet away from them.
Hunter, we can hear like a previous game, I think. Oh, no, never mind. That's my podcast. It's a podcast I was listening to earlier. Fuck.
I was like, what are you blaming me for?
It just sounded like gameplay. So I was like, what the fuck was he doing with the recording? And I'm like, oh, never mind. It's my freaking phone decided to play a podcast. So you catch the robed the priest or wizard or whatever he is in it, as well as 3 of the 4 cultists. All right. Behind you, you hear the heavy footfalls of the Cloud Giant. If you turn your head briefly to look at him, he has a griffin in his arms like it's a cat. It is rubbing up against him as though it's a cat, and he'll look down at it and say, "Oh, I do love this I do so love this circus. So nice when it comes to town." The armored figure. Let's see, what is he going to do? He will shout out. He'll hear the booming voice and shout out, "My lord, I come bearing tidings from Yanzi Bin. I only wish a audience." Let's see what his persuasion is. The giant will look down at you guys and say, "I don't know what harm it would do to hear this young gentleman out."
Wait, what did he say?
He wants to hear him out.
He doesn't want to. He doesn't know what harm it would do. He's not afraid of them. because he's a massive giant who's also.
It's your house.
All right. As you guys stand down, the cultists will all step away from you. The one that's bleeding will glare at Arafel, or Verabrar rather. Whoever it was to stab the fuck out of him. And
I did a
the
little
leader
stabbing.
will step forward. Sorry.
Calders did a little stabbing.
Oh, right. Sorry. Calders will stab it. Yeah. So he'll glare at Calders. They'll form kind of a horseshoe outside the doorway. The leaders will step forward. He will say,
As this is going on, I'm going to huddle closer to Verabrar and Calders and say, "Just be ready if something goes down."
okay. He will come in forward and he'll kneel, down to one knee, and he will say, "Mighty Lord, I come at the urgings of my god Yansi Bin, he of the ruler of the plane of air. He wishes to return the world to its primordial state as it was at the dawn of history, and he wishes your aid." And Zephyros will look down at him and say, "How does one accomplish that exactly?" And the cultist will kind of look up for a moment and say, "I don't have an answer for that. I'm sure my lord has a plan. We've had plenty of plans, and I'm sure there's a new one in the works as we speak. But as a reward for joining our cause," he reaches into a sack, and he pulls out a smaller sack, and one of the cultists takes it and runs it over to the giant. He says, "I bring you a gift." And the giant will reach in, and with his hand, some pink dust will kind of spill out back into the bag. And he will say, "I will consider this. Yes, I will consider."
Do we
perhaps I will-
do we have any idea what this pink stuff is?
Anybody who wants to can give me an Arcana check.
18 and 18 from Caldris and Arafil.
I'm not even going to bother rolling. Oh, wait, never mind. I got a 20.
All right. You guys aren't entirely sure you're seeing it from a distance. It could very well be pixie dust. With the 20, I think is with the coloration. I think it very well might be pixie dust. It might also be sands, like Sandman sand or something else. But pixie dust seems likely based on the coloration. Zephyros will mutter up to himself, "Yes, I should consult the oracles." Yes. And
Arafil is going to address the giant and say, "These cultists mean to trick you with promises of riches, and they are up to no good."
He'll reach down and he'll pat you on your head. And his hand, he's being very gentle, but still feels like you're being slammed to the floor. He's like, do not worry, little halfling. We will get to the bottom of this. Won't we, kitty? Yes. And he keeps scratching the griffin to go back upstairs. I will return momentarily, or tomorrow, depending on how this goes. I had some issues with contact on the plane before.
Okay, real quick, are all the cultists inside, and are
No,
we in front? Or
just the leaders? Just the
one?
leaders. are
Okay.
inside. Does he fail his in save and go crazy? No, he doesn't. He rolls fine. Okay.
I'm terrified that was even an option.
What's that?
I said I'm pretty terrified that was even an option.
It was in fact an option. He will come back down. He looks a little cranky this time, actually. He says, "You are backing a very naughty boy. This Yansi Bin is angry and juvenile, and I do not want to have anything to do with him. I think you should all leave." And you'll see him cast as he says that, he makes a arcane gesture, and he casts mass suggestion on all the cultists. And with that, oh well, the little guys can't do it. See if the guys make it. Nope. Nope. All right. Yep. Turns out Cloud Giant Wizards have high save DCs. He will. They will all get on their vultures and they will fly away. Although they're off, the leaders are shooting daggers at the giant because he took their shit and didn't join them. As they fly away, a griffin is perched on the giant's shoulder as he kind of bounces that bag of sand in his hands. And he looks down at it, kind of shocked he still has it, says, I probably shouldn't have taken this. I didn't join them after all. Ah, well. How would you like some pixie dust?
Yes, thank you.
Pixie dust.
Verabrar will also say yes.
Oh, quite nice. Very good. And he will kind of drop it down to you guys and say, yes, I think you'll probably need that more than I will.
Do I know what it's used for?
You guys already rolled Arcana not too long ago. It's a couple different effects that it might have on there. It's kind of a random effect. It could make you fly. It could. There's a couple. Most likely, it's going to make you fly. It might make you go kind of crazy. It might make you go to sleep. Or it might even. Might even be other effects that you don't know of.
All right.
Does it get you high?
Okay.
It might. Pixies are tricksy creatures of the Fae.
Verabrar is tempted to try some.
Arafil's gonna pick it up and he's gonna hold it out. He sees Verabrar like staring at it intently, and he'll hold it out for him to try it.
Verabrar
you have 10 charges of this, by the way.
What's a charge? He'll hand it out. He'll hand it over to Verabrar. Like, go for it, buddy.
Verabrar will try a taste.
Before he does it, I'm going to say, I'm not so sure that's a good idea. And watch as he does it anyways.
Yep. Roll me a D100.
Input.
A D100?
D100.
I rolled a 10.
Okay. You start floating above the ground, and you have a flying speed of 60 feet. You don't know for how long.
Once he starts floating, Arafil will, like, I assume there's a string around the pouch, and he'll, like, tighten it and close it up and put it in his bag.
Verabrar will start just kind of like flying around acrobatically, enjoying himself.
All right.
Yeah, that is kind of cool.
Yep.
King Cobra.
Zephyros will be like, "Oh, that looks like fun." He'll kind of throw his griffin up in the air, who will fly away, squawking kind of irritatedly, and then he'll cast Fly on himself and start flying around himself to join you.
Arafil will cast Fly on Caldris, and then will sprout wings of his own and start flying.
This is the weirdest thing we've done as a group.
Yeah.
I say that in character.
Out of curiosity, Verabrar, how long do you stay flying for?
I'm going to stay flying until it runs out, but like after about 10 minutes, I'm going to kind of like limit myself to not more than 20 feet in the air.
Okay. That's what I was looking for, because after 10 minutes, it does wear off and you sink to the ground.
Okay.
I will say that you feel it wearing off and you're able to get down to the ground with it, within 10 feet of the ground with it, so you don't take damage.
Okay, cool.
If you said, "Oh, I'll fly over half an hour," you totally would have had to make a save or pull it to your death.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. So yeah, that is that. You guys get to fly around for a few minutes. The tower continues to just kind of hover along the path. None of you guys are wizards, right?
No.
Unfortunately not.
I feel like I was in a previous life. Zephyros, how far are we from Tribor?
He tells you, probably take about 10 days. 10 days, 3 days, 4 days, 10 days, 15, yeah, about 10 days. Clear a few days. I'm going to pet my kitty. He holds the massive griffin down to you in his hands.
I will reach to pet it very cautiously.
Give me an animal handling roll.
No,
God.
job.
Oh, don't slap the griffin, please.
Crit. Also,
Bunny
French
python.
taunter randomly.
All right, yep. The griffin's in good spirits. He'll allow you to scratch him behind the ears.
Now go away before I taunt you a second time. If I was a smarter man, I would try to figure out whether 10 days seems like a reasonable flight path to Tribor, but I'm not, so I'm going to just note that information.
Yep. So that was about the third or fourth day you had that little encounter. We will go ahead after do the rolls you made previously and go ahead and skip forward to the where you do arrive in Tribor. It does take another 6 or 7 days. You're not going like a straight line. You're quite a ways up, so you can't really see the ground. But as the sun goes across the sky, like sometimes it moves to the left, sometimes it moves to the right. Clearly, if he has either it doesn't have control or he gets distracted very easily. But he is more or less taking you where you want to go. So eventually, you are set down in the center of a bustling town. That's not the right town. As he sets you down right in the middle of what looks like an empty lot, you hear cries of alarm because a massive 1,000-foot tower just let down in the middle of town.
I'm going to try to use my family name to quell the fears and say, do not be afraid. I'm a noble family member from Waterdeep and just had asked to use this castle for transport. There is no threat to the town or anything.
As he does that, I'm going to play some very calming music with my lute.
Okay. Where are you
Back
saying
up.
that?
I'm going to head out onto the stairs.
Okay. Give me a performance roll and do it with advantage since you have a bard assisting you.
I'm just going to stroll out like
God
this
damn.
is completely normal.
I got an 11 with advantage.
Okay. There's still people running around in fear. A couple of children will stop and stare at you. But not so much at you, but at the the massive tower.
I'll wave and smile.
You also see some what look like guards riding up on horses from all around. And Zephyros looks around and like, oh, look, the circus is back.
I think we should probably leave and let Zephyros get on his way.
You might be
Okay.
right.
All right. He'll reach down and pat you all on the heads again and say, you were good dwarves. I appreciate your company. If you need me, look for me in the Moonshay Isles. And as you walk down the stairs, he will levitate the castle again and fly away to the southwest.
And
Sorry,
as
southeast.
and as he flies off, I'm going to look to everyone else and say, do y'all have any idea where the Moonshade Isles are?
They're
You guys think,
off the
I guess-
coast.
Yeah.
You know, where most
And the coast
islands are.
is to the west.
So somewhere to the west. Okay.
Yeah, and he headed southeast.
But he's heading southeast.
He's going distinctly the wrong way.
Okay.
Say what you want. I thought that guy was quite amusing.
That guy was awesome.
I like him.
Never had I had such an entertaining journey.
I was looking forward to playing that guy for weeks. Anyways, so the couple of guards ride up and they ask you to explain yourselves.
I look at the noble. Like, isn't this your what you do?
I look at the bard because I've been ruining these all night.
Caldrus will step forward if the bard doesn't immediately.
Well, if you're preparing to step forward, Caldrus isn't going to stop you. He's very timid in these situations, but he's prepared to speak.
I'm gonna kick him in the butt.
Yeah, Caldrus will step forward, and I don't have my weapon out or anything crazy, and I'm just gonna say we're adventurers from Nightstone. We managed to catch a lift with a cloud giant. It's a long story. We are here to talk to insert name of that NPC that I
Young Nando Air.
That guy.
Because I didn't write down his name. I just wrote Nando Air.
All right. He says, They will tell you that Lord Nandar is attached as an assistant to the Lord Protector Duratha Shrenda. And they look at you with a bit of consternation. Like, we've heard that giants have been destroying settlements all along the coast. How did you come to be friends with one?
Wait, all along the coast? You mean there's been more attacks?
More attacks. According to the rumor and innuendo along from all the caravans, barely a town goes by that hasn't been attacked. I'm surprised we haven't been attacked.
This is the first we're hearing of it. Like I said, we came from Nightstone, and Nightstone had been attacked by cloud giants. We feared the worst when we saw his castle coming, but he's set upon us a kind of a heavy task, it seems. But that's not why we're here. We're here to speak with Lord Nandar about an urgent matter regarding the events in Nightstone.
They'll nod and say, "Well, we will see. We'll pass that along and see if we can get you a meeting. You are welcome to camp." Sorry.
This is where I'll flash my family's signet ring.
Okay. He was going to offer you the opportunity to pitch a tent here in the Commons. This is a place for like merchants to rest or caravans to set up camp. He tells you, "Oh, I apologize, my lord. I will be sure to instruct them that one of their own is looking for them. In the meantime, you may want to check out one of our inns here in town. For you, my lord, the Everwyvern House caters to the nobility. Your servants here would also be welcome as long as you keep them on a tight leash. If they are the more rowdy sort, you may want to send them over to the North Shield House, which is a very nice inn. Tends to be focused more with locals, but they would not feel out of place there."
Servants? Who are you calling servants?
I'm gonna shoot him a warning, yo, let's not try to ruin any goodwill we have with these people already. Look.
All right, and he'll say, "Keep your weapons away. We keep peace in the town. If you need anything, if you need the guard, we are the 12. He points. There's 4 of us right now, but we own shifts. We are the standing militia of the town. We could, of course, call on more if need be. But please be about. There are plenty of farms to buy provisions. There are stores, and there is, of course, the inns. My lord, I assume that you will want to take a room at the Wyvern, and I will leave a message for you there."
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your assistance.
He will nod, and they will take their leave of you, since the danger seems to be gone. As they leave, you still feel all the eyes of the town folk staring at you because you just came in a flying castle, which is awesome.
It's a really awesome way to show up at a town.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was
What do you
reading
guys
chat.
You're reading chat. Wait, there's actually people A, watching and B, chatting about it?
No. In Roll20.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's really weird.
I had typed out something because, for whatever reason, when I play a video, even though it's only coming through my headset, it's playing and everyone can hear it. And I just wanted to make sure that I had muted myself, so I wanted to make sure it wasn't playing when I was still muted, because it was playing even though it was only coming through my headset. So, sorry.
No worries. All right. So, as you guys look around, you're in the main square. There is a tower kind of in the center of town. That's where the guards are heading towards. You assume it's kind of like City Hall / the Central Keep. So it's like probably a 3-story building. There are a couple of large plots here in the center. Again, sort of things you expect for like caravans to be able to rest in. You see a couple other stores around. You see a Lion Shield Cloister, which is kind of like a chain of merchants throughout this area of the world, based out of Yartar to the south. You see a wagon maker. You see a...
Okay, I remember that name. Did you use that one in in our last game?
And actually, it was in... I don't think you guys ever made it to Yartar, but there is a Lion Shield Cloister in Phandalin.
Yeah, there's one in Phandalin.
Yeah. I was gonna say I thought I remembered that name.
Yep.
It's a company that's all up and down the Sword Coast.
Yep. There is a horse ranch not far that you can kind of see. And just various other things around. If there's something in particular you're wondering about, let me know. I'll tell you if you see it.
Nothing in particular.
I will ask the party what inn they would rather stay at and tell them that they're welcome to stay with me or take up the offer to go to the other inn.
It depends. Are you willing to be seen with us, my lord?
I'm going to slug him in the arm.
I guess the inn he spoke about is probably fine with me.
Yeah, I'm going to stay in the one for nobles because that's probably what's expected of me. So
I can stay in the one for nobles too, just because it seems like it'd probably be better than the
seems
other
pretty
inn.
swanky.
That's fine with me. Wherever we go, I'm gonna try to make some coin by performing.
Oh, definitely. I was hoping you would come and sing.
All right. So you guys are all heading over towards the Everwyvern house.
Yep.
Very good. So as you walk up, this is one of the nicer looking buildings in town. Let's see, 20 is. It's actually to the. There's a main road going north-south. That's the long road, which you guys are familiar with from the previous adventure. There's also a road heading east, which any of you who have a little bit of traveling would know is the Evermore Way. It's one of the main roads heading across the continent. This inn is on the Evermore Way, just outside of town. There are some farms behind it. And also behind it is also right in front of it is what looks like a restaurant of high quality. You hear music playing through the windows of the restaurant. The inn behind is a beautiful stone building. You see lamps hanging from the eaves, and a small turret in one corner, apparently for its own defense.
Nice.
Fancy.
I'm a big fan of small turrets.
Are you?
Oh yeah, big fan. That's where I spent like the entire first session, was in a small turret.
That's true.
What?
Is there anything that that anyone needs to do while we're waiting on this guy? I mean, we did just spend several days cooped up in a tower.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna like buy some arrows to replenish my stock, and just like basic things, and then I'm gonna eat and drink.
I just need to play for the masses.
Do you guys want to go to?
I'm in the mood
You
to
guys
sing.
You guys want to? So you guys want to go to the? You don't have to do this. All they have to do the same thing. You can split the party if you like. But at the moment, you're kind of standing outside the restaurant. You see the inn behind you. Town is about 500 feet behind you to the west.
Arafil's going to make his way to the inn, to the tavern, restaurant, whatever, and whoever comes with him. If not, he's on his own.
I'm gonna go into the inn to check everyone in, because I'm not sure if they're allowed without me. So I'm just gonna go to smooth that all over, and then once I'm all checked in, I'm gonna go buy some arrows and come back.
Okay.
I'm gonna go, or I need to get some materials, some are familiar. So I would do. I guess you would be able to get. Will we be able to get some at the same place you buy some arrows? I think it's just like charcoal and a couple other things.
Yes, they have the general store. There's also an apothecary in town that you can find.
Okay.
If you guys are going to go into the inn and make sure you get rooms, you walk in and Verabrar, this is immediately the sort of place that you hate. There's like flowing tapestries, there's incense on the air, there's minstrels in every corner playing quiet music, there's people with frilly like collars and like the women are wearing ornate gowns, the men are wearing ruffles and sashes, and they're all just kind of like having pleasant conversations while sneering at each other over their cups. Just the worst sort of fops. And the worst of the worst approaches you as a peacock. He's literally described as a peacock of a man. He will walk forward and give you a small bow and say, "Welcome, my lord. My name is Draven Millivar. Please, what brings you into my humble home?"
We would like some rooms for this evening, and also I would consider it a personal favor to both myself and my family if you would allow my favorite bard to play this evening.
Oh boy.
He says, well, of course, sir. I could, of course, arrange that. The rooms are 15 gold per night. That'd be 15 gold for yourself, and then 15 for your companions. There is a room above the stable for the help, but that does include meals, as well as for your lordship, companionship if you desire.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave. What was that other inn called?
What about? So I'm at that point. I'll chime in and say, and there's no discount for any additional revenue that may be brought to your inn by my performance. Is there? Not?
He looks around and says, "I have minstrels, sir."
You have none like me.
He'll sniff and say, "A minstrel is a minstrel."
I will put my hand on Arafil's back and say, "Don't mind these uncultured small town simpletons," and turn to leave.
Do we know the name of the other place?
He sniffs the haughtiest sniff when you say that, and he will kind of wave. He'll give a little gesture, and some heavier-bodied gentlemen will step out from behind the bar. They don't throw you out, but you are being ushered out.
Do we know the name of the other place?
Yes, you do. You were recommended.
The guards told us what it was.
What was it? I'm sorry. So I'm gonna, as we're walking out, I'm gonna start playing. I'm gonna start belting, and at the top of my lungs, and start playing. And before I do, I'm gonna say, if you want to hear, if you want to hear the finest music you've heard in a long while, come join us at enter name of place that we're gonna go instead of this place, and I'll start performing to my heart's delight as we exit.
Okay.
To try to pull the crowd with me.
Gotcha. The other inn you were recommended to was the North Shield House.
Join us at the North Shield House for the finest music that your ears have ever been delighted to hear.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a performance roll.
18.
Okay. You play over the other musicians who shoot you dirty looks as you are escorted out of the town. You head over to the North Shield House. Let's see where that's at in town.
I didn't want to stay there anyways.
So it's the North Shield Town is a little more. It's more of a local inn. It's surrounded by homes. It's also on the east side of town, but a little more off the main drag. You walk into it, and a middle-aged woman will approach you. She's stately would probably be the best word for her. Probably about 50, silver-haired. You see 3 massive mastiffs sleeping in front of the fire, kind of at a big pile. And a few locals, what looks like, sitting at tables. And she'll greet you and say, "Hello, friends. My name is Urgala Meltomir. How can I serve you?"
Oh, this place is better already. We would like some rooms for this evening. And if you wouldn't mind, my bard friend here would love to be able to play in your establishment this evening.
She'll kind of clean her hands off on an apron and say, "Well, the rooms are no problem." And they will go for whatever the cost of like a mid-level room, I think it's like 5 silver or something. As far as the bard goes, I do have my my standards. Mr. Bard, if you'd be so kind as to give me a demonstration.
I'll just strum a few notes, just a few crescendos, if you will.
Okay. Give me a performance roll.
Do I have advantage or not?
Why would you have advantage?
I don't know. I just wanted advantage so I can get the. so I mean, I'm gonna pass anyway, but I wanted the crit. 21.
Okay. Yes, he will give you some soft applause and say, "Oh yes, you are welcome to play. Please 10% of the house. Otherwise, you can keep whatever." And she will clap her hands, and a young woman will come out from the kitchen, and she will tell her to guide you up to a quartet of rooms. And you will have your. She says that the only rules in the house is that you must be in by midnight, and you must not bear your blade in my home. I used to be an adventurer like yourself, and I do know how to handle a cudgel if I need.
Was that a euphemism?
Damn.
What?
Nothing. Carry on.
I was halfway done typing that.
When you say that, her face will kind of fall. And it's like, no, I did not take an arrow tonight to a knee. My companion did, and she was lost in the Underdark. That is why I retired to this place. I'd much prefer it, to be honest.
Arafil's gonna talk to the others, his companions, and say, if you guys want to go wash up for the evening for dinner and stuff, I'm gonna start getting ready to perform.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm gonna
Sounds good.
go get the arrows and then come back and order a beer.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my my ritual stuff and I'm going to go into another room and summon my familiar.
Okay. Very good. Verabrar, when you go out, if you ask the innkeeper, she will tell you that there are 2 smiths in town where you can get good weapons. There's the Oldenath Arms, which is run by a human family. And then there's Forehammer's Forge, which is run by one Geralt Fohammer. It's friendly competition. The Fohammer at one point actually was made some ceremonial armor for the king and queen of Citadel Felbar, a dwarven stronghold in the mountains. So he is quite renowned. But the human family is also well respected, although they both tend to be a little more overpriced, but they make very fine. You can find just kind of mundane stuff at the cloister, but she says that they're newcomers and they're kind of looked down upon in town. So if you want to make a good impression, she recommends you go to locals. Be a bit pricier, but it's worth it.
Okay. What is the state of dwarf elf racism in this part of the world?
I mean, nothing. There's nothing. Like this is a big enough town where like neither one of them is going to run the other out of town. They're probably one of them might mutter under their breath about pointy ears or about short bearded barbarians, but for the most part, be good humored and not particularly virulent.
I meant more like dwarfs towards elves, not humans' opinions of both of us.
No, I know.
I know, like in some parts. Okay.
Yeah,
But it's minor.
They're not sworn enemies. Yeah, it's just minor irritation at each other.
Then I would love to check out that dwarf who's done all that famous work.
Okay, I'm gonna. Upon hearing that, I'm gonna tag along with you just to kind of check everything out.
And I'll start performing while they head out.
Okay. So you leave to the dulcet tones of your bard's bittern. Ryle, is there anything you wish to do besides summon your familiar? Oh, no, it wasn't even you doing that, was it?
No,
Yeah, that was me. But now I would rather go with. I'd rather go see this dwarf Smith instead.
Okay.
Verabrar.
And very good. And Hunter, what were you going to do?
I am gonna take this chance to finally get out of chainmail, relax a little bit, clean up if baths are a thing around town, but mostly I just want out of the armor and lugging my pack around.
Okay. So you guys head over towards the various smithies. 17, 18. Not laid out in any sort of semblance of something. Okay, these guys are on the north side of town. They're right across from each other. And you'll see they each have signs up like the best blacksmith in Triboard. Oh, we're the best, we're the best. And as you walk into the door, the Fohammer, you will see a dwarven smith. He looks, even by dwarf standards, fairly old. His hair is gray. His beard is braided and thrown back over his shoulder as he works a forge. But he'll see you come in, and he'll pass it off to the work he's doing off to a assistant as you approach.
Good evening. I've heard you are a skilled smith. I have what would only amount to a very simple project for you. I need to replenish my stock of arrows. But I also wanted to look upon your works for myself after hearing about them.
He nods appreciatively and says, "Oh, it's good to hear that the Fohammer name continues to carry such weight. I am the official royal armorer of the King and Queen of Citadel Felbar."
Okay, so I'm a clan crafter of the Rockseeker clan.
Mm-hmm.
Would I have heard of these guys before?
Sure. Felbar is a pretty big deal in dwarf circles. So you were apprentice under a dwarf. You probably would have heard of these guys before.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna kind of watch because I'm interested in what this guy is doing. I want to make sure that my friend doesn't get cheated.
Okay. Yeah. As he's getting his directing assistance to get your whatever you guys are asking for together. You will so I heard that there was a cloud giant landed in town briefly. Were you perchance the strangers who came off of it?
Aye, that was us. An interesting way to enter the city, to be sure.
He just nods and says, "Yes, I heard the interesting indeed." He goes and spits into the forge and says, "I hate giants, orcs and giants both." 10 years ago, when they raided through the north, in the War of the Silver Marches, all I wanted to do was go and join back up in the army, but they told me I was too old, couldn't do it. So I just sat here making weapons, killing dwarves and killing orcs, killing giants, best way I could. That giant left, right? He's not still here in town?
The giant did leave town, yes.
Oh, good. What kind of giant was he? Hate those frost and fire giants.
He was a cloud giant, but he seemed to be, well, a little aloof. I don't think he was any sort of threat. Got nothing to worry about from him. Now, the other ones we came across, I'm not so sure about.
He'll nod and say, I gotta be careful of the giants. And he'll gather up whatever stuff you guys, any kind of weapons or armors you guys want. It will be marked up 20% due to the fact you are buying it from, the famous Geldrin Foehammer.
Okay, I'm just going to look around and admire the work and look at it. And whenever Verabrar picks out his stuff, I'm going to make sure he picks the best stuff he's got in the shop.
Okay. Yep, you guys have a lot of good stuff there. He will also he'll tell you, Verabrar, that if you want, it will cost you more. But he does have a small collection of magic arrows. He has a 5+1 arrows available for you.
How much would those cost?
Each one, let me see what arrows cost. Can somebody look up and tell me how much a bundle of arrows costs?
Sure, I got you.
It's cheap. It's like
Yeah, I imagine it's not
Gold or two.
Sorry?
By the way, we haven't gotten any money, have we?
No, we haven't. We just have our starting cash.
Yes,
This is starting money. You could have had a whole bunch if you killed the goblins, but you chose to let them live. Or if you killed the Xanathar, the Zentarum rather, but you chose to let them live.
See, we try and be nice, and
Well,
this is what it gets us.
You got good karma.
To be fair, if we had tried to attack the Zentarum right before all the orcs showed up, this party wouldn't exist anymore. So
That's true.
we'd
Arrows
be
are a gold.
a
for 20.
barbarian and a fucking
1 gold for
Fighter.
20.
wizard.
Yep, a gold for 20 and they weigh a pound.
Sorry?
1 gold, 20 arrows, weighs 1 pound.
All right, 1 gold for 20 arrows. So it'll cost you probably like a bit more than that. He'd tell you it would cost you 25 gold for those 5 arrows. And obviously, if you lose them, they're gone. But
Yep.
he tells you that in a tight spot, that extra little oomph could make it worth it.
So as he's doing that, I'm gonna kind of look around, and as Verabrar's deciding whether he's going to do anything, I'm going to plop my arm on the table, kind of roll up the sleeve, and say, "You wouldn't give us a little bit of discount for a fellow, I guess a brother?"
Craftsman.
I'm going to show him the Rockseeker crest.
All right. When you show him the Rockseeker, he'll nod and say, "It's good work coming out of Phandalin these days. You stay here and work for me for the rest of the evening. I will give you those for 15."
Okay. For 15, I would definitely take them. For 25, I would probably still take them.
Okay.
I think I could stay and work a little bit. Depends on what you have for us.
All right. He's got some just some orders. So he's making most of his stuff isn't weapons. Per se, he's working for a town for the town folk and everything. But he's also doing weapons for he does orders for Feldbar. He does orders for caravans. So you can make swords, you can make armor, you can make farm utilities. He's got several orders he's working on. He will tell you, Verabrar, that he'll detect your accent that you're from Waterdeep, and he'll tell you that there's another human in town. I do some work for him sometimes. His name is Althavir. He makes he's a leather worker. He does harnesses for horses and the like. He has an accent like yours. It sounds like he's from the city. Perhaps he's a friend of yours.
Thank you. Do you happen to know where I might find him this evening?
Yeah, he'll give you directions to his shop, which is shop. Oh yeah, it's just down the street. Is it here on the north side of town? So quite close.
And am I correct in assuming that those were arrows +1?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I will thank both the smith and his new evening employee for the arrows and the discount respectively. And then I will set out to find this man from Waterdeep.
All right.
All right. As we're going along, I've got that. Or I'd probably be able to do things a whole lot quicker since I have that Forge Cleric Channel Divinity where I can actually finish something in an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna work with him. I'll probably get more stuff. I should be able to get more stuff done than basically anybody there. Probably more than he can.
Well, you're surprised how quickly this old dwarf works. He's clearly a master. But yeah, all of his underlings, you are working quite a bit better than. He is very impressed with you. We'll get back to that in a moment. Hunter, what were you doing? I apologize.
I was being a lame old fogey and hanging out in the inn. Like I said, ditching my armor for a little bit. I was inquiring if they had like a bath and how much that would run me.
Yeah, you can get a bath run for you. It costs you a couple silver. 3 silver, we'll say.
Okay, I will do that.
If you the woman that's pouring is a comely young woman. She says for an extra silver, she'll stay and scrub your back.
So tempting, kid.
Get her done.
I'll pass for now.
Okay.
I don't mean to be lame. But afterwards, I'll get dressed and everything, and sans armor, kind of set out to find where everyone else went.
Okay. Very good. You head towards you get directions to the shops, and you head over that direction. Veraberg, where are you heading to?
I'm heading to the shop that the dwarf pointed me to with the guy from Waterdeep.
Yep. All right. You walk in, and there is it's a harness maker. So he's got harnesses, and he's got barding, and he's got saddles, and all the kind of stuff you need for horses. All very well made. Very nice leather working. All done in the style of Waterdeep. and there is a man standing behind the counter, polishing something.
I will walk in and greet him. Oh, good evening. I was told by the smith, Fohammer, that you might be a fellow kin from Waterdeep.
He'll kind of sigh at you and kind of nod and say, "Yes, I am originally from the city. My name is Othavir." He would reach out his hand to, "Pleasure to meet you, sir. Were you directed over here for some of my fine works?"
Unfortunately, I brought no horse with me to take advantage of your products, I say while taking his hand and shaking it warmly. But I was curious what brought someone from Waterdeep this far north.
He kind of shakes his head and says, my friend, as you know, the city is so bustling and so busy. Sometimes you just want to get away from it all. I spent many years in the city trying to make a go of it, but I prefer the quiet serenity of this town.
Do you ever miss the bustling attitudes of the city?
From time to time, it's there could be entertainment to be found, but I mean, this is all he gestures around. All of this that you see, I built. I hunt the elk that I use for the leather. I sell what I don't use to the lion shields, so they can, for a goodly profit. My work is well respected throughout the valley. I have orders backed up for 2 weeks. I have made a good living for myself here. I do not regret leaving.
It warms my core to see someone from Waterdeep doing so well for themselves. I wish you continuing happiness, and I hope that our paths may cross again.
Oh, I hope. That would be wonderful. If you do find yourself in the possession of a horse, please come and see me. I'll be sure to provide you with wonderful service.
This will be my first stop, should I have a horse. Have a good evening, sir. And then I will head back to listen to Arathiel play.
All right. By the way, as you walk out of that building, across the road, kind of up a hill, you see what looks like a large mansion.
Okay, I will note the position of the mansion. Is there anything else that strikes me about it, or just that it's enormous?
It's a little bit fancier than the rest of the buildings in town. Most of them are wood, with thatch. This one looks to be made of stone with a tile roof. Just higher quality.
Is there any nobility symbols? Sorry.
No worries. No nobility symbols.
Okay.
What you also see across, that's kind of like 100, probably what scale can I have it? That's probably 150 feet off the road. Like I said, up about a 30-foot ridge. Right across the street and down, 20 feet down the road, there's like a dive bar as well. Lots of rowdy music coming from there.
As I'm walking past, I'll look into the dive bar, but I really want to hear Arathiel play, so I will be trying to get back to that inn if nothing strikes me. And I don't want to miss curfew.
Gotcha. Well, you're way away from curfew. It's still
okay.
Late afternoon. Also, Hunter. Sorry, I forget. Are you Ryle? I'm sorry, I forget.
Caldrus.
Caldrus.
I'm
right.
Ryle.
Look, I have you guys set up on roll 20 with your names and the character names and the same things I can see, but I can see it on here. Caldrus. Caldrus, you at this point you do encounter Bearbrar on the road. So if you guys want to head back to the inn, you can head back to the inn. If there's something else you wish to explore, there's plenty of this. I got a lot of places in here if there's anything you guys want to try and look for. Some of the things you pass a horse ranch, a wagon maker, the cloister. Looks like a caravan has taken a position in one of the rest areas. There's also a spot called the Tribord Travelers, which is where you could hire mooks basically to guard a caravan.
Fancy. Any word yet on our meeting with the Lord?
Not yet. At the moment, you're not. They were expecting you at one inn, and you are not there. So
Although we did make it quite publicly known where we were going.
Yeah,
with the
where
bard
we were
started
going.
singing.
this is true. You did make a bit of a scene.
All right. Well, I'll rendezvous with the first person I find, of course, and then kind of, just make sure that I haven't missed anything.
Okay. Yep. So nothing much. You've got, like I said, there's an apothecary. There's that nice restaurant in front of the nice inn that you guys just, threw hands in. Or you can just head back to the inn you're at and chill out for the night.
Out of curiosity, because of Calder's mindset mostly, is there like a bulletin board either in or outside of the inn that we're at, or is there like a town square kind of thing where like a bounty board or a help wanted kind of shenanigans would be set up?
They do not have a bounty board, but you have the inns. Oh, by the way, I forgot about. There's also another inn called the Tribor Arms. It's not like a inn, but it's like just an ale house. It's a tavern.
Copy. Well, we'll head back and listen to some sweet music, wait on our summons, and kind of figure out where we're going to go for here. Unless anyone has anything else.
Very good.
Our inn does serve beer, though, right?
I mean, what kind of
the inn that we're staying at serves alcohol? Well, if it doesn't, I'm just making sure. It's very important to Verabrar.
Yes, it does. Although you get the feeling that the proprietor would not be very happy with, like, obvious drunkenness. Like, this is a quiet local inn. You're welcome to stay there as long as you pay. As long as you stay clean and you don't break things, and you pay on time. But yeah,
I'm very good at paying on time. So Verabrar will have a couple of quick drinks at the ale house if he passes it, and then he will go back to the his inn and have a couple more drinks.
Yep, very good. So you're sitting there. The owner introduces himself as Nymeth. He is a tiefling. Got a kind of a sly smile to him. It seems like a nice chap. Sitting in a corner is a half-elf woman, sitting with her back to the corner, cloak around her shoulders.
I'll start. Is the owner also the bartender? Is that how this is kind of working?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll strike up a conversation with him, and then at some point during it, motion over to her and ask him if he knows who the lady is who's trying to attract as little attention as possible.
He says, "Oh, that's just Zindra. She's a scout, a scout and a guide. If you go out in the hills, you can hire her for a bit of a hefty fee. But her people almost always come back alive and mostly unharmed. Nobody knows more about the valley than she does."
All right. I'm going to go sit next to her and just kind of strike up a conversation about ranger things and the lay of the land and all that ranger knowledge.
Okay. She is more than happy to have a conversation. She's very pleasant. She says she doesn't often get to have conversations that aren't, around a campfire. But she will tell you that as you guys have a conversation, she knows you came in with giants. She kind of exclaims that there's so many giants now. There's always been a few giants in the area, but more and more I just see more and more hill giants. There's hill giants all over. The barbarians have been coming down from the mountains saying that the frost giants have been unruly recently. Now there's a cloud giant landing in the city. There's giants everywhere these days.
Verabrar will think back to what Zyf
I don't know how to pronounce the name. Crazy Wizard with the Z. Told me about having to, stop Countess Sensory and what the hell is that thing called? Hold on 1 second. The Ordning, and I won't outwardly share that information, but I will agree with her and say that something is definitely happening with the Giants, and they're highly active.
She'll nod and say, well, sure, once I have to go out, I'll have to deal with it again sooner or later. Be careful in the valley. There's lots of giants, lots of hill giants, and lots of barbarians. The barbarians aren't dumb, but they're men. You can deal with them. The hill giants are dumb, and they're not men. It's very difficult to deal with the angry hill giant.
I will thank her for the conversation and say that I must be getting back to hear a close friend of mine play, and that if she has any desire for a night of lovely music, she should come listen because he's a very gifted bard.
She'll smile up at you and thank you for the offer. Give me a persuasion roll. Or give me whatever kind of charisma roll you want to make to try and get her to come and spend the evening with you.
Deception just seems terrible, but it's my highest modifier. I'll roll persuasion. Oh, I rolled a 6.
But she tells you she has to wash her hair. Anyways. But yeah, you guys get back. The bard is playing music. Not sure how good. Roll me a performance roll. Please, Mr. Bard. Arafel, I believe.
So I assume that there's like a house band that I'm playing along with, or someone.
Sure.
Yes. 24, or
Okay.
or a 7, but we're gonna go with the 24. I rolled a 24 and a 7.
Okay. Let's see here. How much gold? Like, this isn't the rich people. This is mostly locals.
And please, I mean, it's the same band that Tyler linked for Thunderstruck weeks ago, but it's Battery by Metallica, and it's fucking ridiculous.
Nice.
These guys are wearing the most ridiculous outfits.
It's absurd. I'm obsessed with this band, dude. It's all I've been listening to.
All right. You've been playing for a couple hours. You've collected a smattering of coins, equaling out to 10 gold so far. Although night's only just starting to fall, so I'll probably pick up here as the evening grows on. Your companions two of your companions will rejoin you. At the same time, one of the militiamen you met earlier will enter in and tell you that the Lord Protector, Dorathus Rendell, would like to see you in the morning. And she'll have Lord Nandar there with her.
I will thank her for delivering the message. And then say that we will be there to meet the Lord Protector in the morning.
Okay, very good. So yep, at a certain point, the clerical Ryle will come back and join you for a drink. He's all sooty and dirty from the forge, but seems quite satisfied with himself. I assume he...
So the bartender, Urgala or whatever her name was, at some point, callers will get around to either ordering a drink or whatever, and approach her and say, when we first arrived in town, we heard that other villages up and down the Sword Coast had been attacked by the giants. And I was wondering, considering your position, if you had heard any of those tales from travelers coming through. Do you know what other cities have been attacked? And more specifically, do you know any details of those attacks?
She says, well, I haven't gotten any confirmation of any cities being attacked. I mean, there's rumors flying. I do know several caravans have been ransacked recently, and I've heard tales that I've heard there was a sailor who came with not a sailor, but a merchant who came off a ship and came with his goods across a caravan. Said that there were some frost giants longboats out of the high seas that they saw at a distance, far further south than they would normally be. There's of course been the cloud giants hovering above like never before, thick as flies this summer. But I've not heard of any confirmed reports of cities destroyed.
Rumors or no, have any of them mentioned the giants stealing anything? Were they just outright attacks, or did it seem like they were after something?
No, I don't think I've heard of any of them trying to steal anything. But then again, nobody's come back from the caravans that are missing. They found the remains of them with giant weapons and giant footprints, but there were no survivors that ever were found.
Which roads were the caravans attacked on?
She tells you they were attacked on the high road going north to Mirabar, as well as some along the Evermore, the Evermore Way heading east. She will say that.
Oh, go ahead.
She'll say it's been many, many years, but from what I recall from a conversation I had with a frost giant once upon a time named Harshnag, apparently the storm giants are the ones who kind of are in control of everything, and they're the ones that keep the peace among giant times. I don't know why they're allowing this sort of reckless behavior to continue. It puts everyone at risk.
I'd be curious to have a conversation with this Harshnag. Do you know when's the last time? Is he still here in town?
Oh no, I wasn't in town. This was 15 years ago now, back when I was still an adventurer myself. So I had to take refuge in a cave up in the mountains. We were hunting some yeti, my wife and I, and we interesting happened to encounter. I was a very big surprise. Like, you go into a cave, you expect maybe you can encounter a snake or a bear. Imagine I was surprised walking on a frost giant. But he was very accommodating and a pleasant individual. Let us stay in the cave for a couple of days while the storm blew through. Was a good chap. I haven't seen him in many years.
Wait, did you say her wife?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's surprising.
Yeah, specifically in the book it says that, and I figured they made a choice, and I'm going to live by it.
Oh no, there's nothing wrong with it. I just thought that's kind of strange.
You didn't hear about that?
It caught me kind of by surprise as well, and I'm just like, it shouldn't catch me by surprise, so I'm going to stick with it.
When Storm King's Thunder first came out, there was a shit fit over this relationship.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm perfectly okay with it.
Oh, I don't care a little bit, but it was
I can't imagine pitching a shit fit over the fact there's a single gay NPC in this massive fucking book full of nothing but NPCs.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm just kind of surprised that Wizards Coast did that, because that could get him in some trouble.
It was very purposeful. It was.
Huh. Wizards actually is making a very strong point of being more inclusive with this. Like, if you notice, the art is much more inclusive than it used to be, and.
Not to continue to detract, but yeah, Chris Perkins has been a huge push on that as well. He's on Twitter and a few other things, very much pushed for certain female charities and stuff like that, as well as some of the bigger trending hashtags for equal rights and feminism stuff. So it's pretty cool.
That's interesting. Sorry, I just thought I misheard you.
Nope.
Back in character, though.
I will actually give you an inspiration for actually paying attention to what the fuck the GM says.
Okay.
I like it.
Also, Matt, you get in. You do know a lot of good role play this session. So go ahead and take inspiration yourself.
Fuck beans.
Okay.
You want to talk to a bunch of NPCs and characters. Good stuff.
The last thing
yeah.
that Caldrus is going to do is he's going to flash isn't the right word, like don't think like I'm a cop flashing my badge, but I am going to kind of make my Harper's insignia visible and say I've got a few more questions, and I was wondering if there was anyone else in town who might know more about these rumors and going ons. You've been a great help, but it's in my nature to try and sort these things out.
Okay. She will kind of pat her hands out and clean her hands on her apron, sit down at her table, and lean over with you. And she says, "Well, your sort tend to keep to themselves a bit, but the rumor around town for years is that the Lord Protector herself is a Harper, or what he maybe once was. I mean, she is not an adventurer herself, but she at least has some affiliation with them, I believe. So perhaps when you're meeting tomorrow, you'll be able to get some more information.
Sounds like tomorrow is going to be an exciting day, and this is coming from someone that just spent a few days flying around in a cloud giant castle. I thank you for your information. Have a great night."
With your friend playing, I'm sure I will. And she'll get up and she will go about her evening. If there's anything else you guys wish to do, great. If not, we'll go ahead and fade to black and pick it up in the morning.
Nope, I just want some of my familiar. And whenever you get back on Roll20, I actually have a good picture. It's going to be like a half mechanical raven.
Cool. By the way, Mr. Bard, you get another 40 gold throughout the night to do that great performance roll you made earlier. So total of 50. The innkeeper will take 5 of it because she wins 10%.
Well, that's
I'm rich, bitch.
one horse. Just keep playing, man. We'll stay here a week.
I have
All right.
15 gold left after all of my spending.
Are there any fair maidens in the tavern?
Sorry?
Are there any fair maidens, for lack of a better word? Any good-looking single ladies?
I think there are better words, just not in character better words.
Any hot tamales?
I like that we went straight from the like gay marriage equal rights conversation to are there any chicks in the bar, because I'm looking for some fuck.
Hey, we're all white women.
Oh, man. Have y'all seen that?
Sorry. It's just...
Oh, you know the shoot my magical missiles in the darkness thing?
Yeah.
That's all I
If there's
think
any
about right
if there's any ladies there, I want to do them.
Anyways, there aren't any like amazing beauties, but there are some attractive farm girls, and some of the serving girls are quite cute. And obviously, as a you are as a bard, traveling bard, you can attempt to make friends with them if you so choose.
Definitely. So my last song or two, I'm gonna pick a middle of the road. Not the best looking farm girl in the bunch, but middle of the road girl, and lock eyes with her as I sing and start serenading her with some of my words, some of my lyrics for some fuck, as it was so eloquently put. And
All
see.
right, give me a just a performance roll.
I actually got booted on my computer. I'm listening through my phone, so I'm logging back in on my computer. I should be there in 4-3.
Okay, do you know what your performance modifier is?
I want to say it's a +8, but I'm not entirely sure. It's something ridiculous.
Aerofail is an 8 performance.
Yeah.
He's an 8
Right,
persuasion.
you rolled a
He's a
5.
6
Or a 6
So it's a
performance.
13. 6 performance. So you rolled an 11.
Back.
Okay, you can roll yourself.
Oh no! If you want, we can keep the 11. I don't give a shit.
No, it's fine. That's fine. You can roll yourself if you're back in. I thought it was going to be a few minutes.
Oh, you might want to keep that 11. Otherwise, I'm having sex with everybody's mom. 28.
Okay. Yep.
Crit.
She is waiting for you as you come off the
Oh, it's
stage.
persuasion. I'm an idiot. I hit the wrong button.
26.
It's 20. It's, nonetheless, you're fine. She is more. When you lock eyes with her, she immediately comes to meet you by the stage. And we will fade to black on that. And in the morning, you will have your meeting with the Lord Protector. But first, let's take a quick 5-minute break.
All right.
Tonight has been a good night for quotes.
I'm not even going to ask.
I was trying to cover again, and I'm switching over to my phone. I mean, my computer instead of my phone. Sorry. You like that.
You do you, boo. Fucking ow.
Sorry.
I don't know how to mute you. Oh my god. Okay, it stopped at least. Muting on Skype is not as easy as it is on Discord.
I literally exited the program on my phone, but it still I was still connected on my phone, so I just turned my phone off.
Just pillow over the face.
I tried that, it didn't work. The phone didn't listen when I did that. Should I take this 5 minutes to try to find my keys? Because my friend says that they're not in his car. It's not good.
You should figure that out.
Yeah. We need to kill something before this evening's over. The Hulk smash something.
Seeing as though every other session, that's all we'd done.
Yeah, that's true. For like a year.
And we were about 5 feet from as amazing DC.
My internet's
Sorry,
still
I'm so
doing that
fast.
thing where it randomly disconnects for like 2 seconds, and I can't figure out why. But it's really fucking with my recording games, because right in the middle of important sentences, sometimes 2 seconds of silence.
That's really obnoxious.
I'm blaming Comcast.
It's always their fault.
I'm gonna get a drink.
I was listening to that banjo cover. Forgot how good that guy is.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Dude, I love the part where like his hat falls off and like the singer puts it back on and he like head shakes one more time and it falls off again. It's like, like
Then they just start throwing it around. It just starts like sailing through the area there.
You told me we were out. I would have tried to stop and get them.
When he said "make fuck," I almost lost it. Like I literally almost died. I couldn't.
What's so funny?
What's that?
What's so funny?
when Hunter said "make fuck" before. I can't stop. I still.
More than 5 years ago, guys. Come on.
I'm not mature.
Anyways, morning comes. 3 of you are downstairs when Veribar comes down with his lady friend.
No, Arafil.
Arafel, sorry.
Varabra might also have a lady friend, but
I think BH.
No, he failed on his lady friend check. But yeah, you guys have a breakfast, get your stuff together. To see Daratha Drendel. Who I think 2 of you guys actually had a conversation with the first time you passed through here many months ago in different, in a different life.
A lifetime ago, literally.
Yep. So there is one of the militiamen guarding the door. You are not really guarding the door. He's got like a desk, the duty officer, and he will give you directions up to the top floor where you have a office. There is a great silver-haired woman, well built, fairly muscular looking, and a noble here off to the side. And Daratha will welcome you in. Say, you have caused quite a bit of stir in our town yesterday. Hope we don't see any more of those sorts coming in. Too much danger in the area lately. I hear you have a message for my young aide de camp.
Yes, unfortunately, we came here to tell him that he is now the lord and patriarch of his family.
Okay. He asked for the tale, and I would assume you would tell him of something.
Yeah, I will enlighten him as to the details and everything.
I'll strum on my lute in the background. Like,
Okay.
Somberly.
yeah.
Daratha will go over to him and put a hand on his shoulder, give him a hug, and he's obviously very heartbroken. He does thank you for the information, and he gives you a letter of rights for 100 gold pieces. He tells you that if you find yourselves in Waterdeep or Neverwinter, there is a bank you can go to cash it, or you'll be taking it, the Lion Shield cloisters around. Although they'll probably take a percentage themselves for the act. And he'll bow to Lord Protector, shake your guys' hands, and head out to start packing for his journey. Daratha turns towards you and says, shakes her head and says, "I've been trying to keep the rumors to a minimum. This is not going to help. It's been a dangerous time in the north this summer."
I will empathize with the position.
Is she talking about rumors around here about cloud giants, or is she talking about rumors of?
Are you asking her?
I guess I was asking you.
Well, she hasn't specified.
Okay, then I'm gonna listen.
We heard in the inn that there have been quite a lot of rumors of various attacks from all over, mostly on caravans. Considering the events that happened in Nightstone, we're looking to follow up on those rumors and see how much truth there is to it.
She'll nod and say, the rumor. Well, she'll kind of side eye you guys a bit. She doesn't know you very well. One of you has something that would make her trust you a bit more. I don't know if you're going to share it or not.
Hint, it's not me because she knows who I am.
One of you has a badge you tried to show that you showed the innkeeper recently.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I was trying to get a drink and get the rest of a granola bar out of my teeth before doing too much talking.
I literally have no idea what's going on right now.
Me neither.
I'll reveal to. Starts with a D. Doretta? Question mark.
Duratha, yeah, Duratha.
That I have the Harper insignia and say, I'm mostly just trying to find out if these rumors are something that actually bear concern and are worth taking back to either Waterdeep or as we travel north and see if they need looking into. Certainly the events of Nightstone bear the information being spread, but if there's more to the story, I want to be as informed as possible.
Okay. She nods and she says, I've kept the rumors. I've stamped out the rumors where I found them, but yes, several villages have been destroyed. Caravans have been raided. It seems that the Hill Giants have been super active in raiding caravans. I don't know what their deal is. They're Hill Giants, if you aren't aware, are dumb. So I don't. Who knows what they want? The Fire Giants and the Frost Giants seem to be searching for things, for perhaps lost pieces of civilization or magic items. I'm really not sure.
Have you heard of anything specifically being stolen?
Nothing specific, although the Fire Giants seem to be digging a lot. Not entirely sure why. There may... She kind of taps her finger on her lips and says, there may be something I can do to help you if you're looking into investigating this. Answers are definitely needed. As she says that, there is a cry of alarm from outside. You hear a man scream, "Giants, run!" As you guys rush to the window, you see people coming out of their rooms. Women and children start screaming as a rock comes falling from the sky and crashes into a cart, splintering it. You see another rock come behind it. They don't seem to be coming from the sky so much as like at a ballistic arc, like they're being thrown. And Doratha will look at you and say, "We need to continue the conversation later." And you go down to the base of the town, the base of the tower. So at this point, you guys all get a choice. You have 4 NPCs. You each get to control one. Each one that survives will give you a quest. Who would like Doratha?
Calders will take Doratha, I guess.
All right. Let me find her. Doratha has 52 hit points. She has an AC of 14. She gets 2 attacks with the greatsword, which does 2d6 plus 3 damage. She also has a crossbow that can do a d10 damage.
Got it.
Sorry?
Copy.
Okay. Let's see. Who's the other ones you guys met? Who would like the Dwarven Smith?
I'll take the Dwarven Smith.
You'll take the Dwarven Smith. All right, that's Geldrin. Geldrin. He has 2 attacks with his battle axe. His battle axe does a D10 plus 4 damage because he's using it two-handed, and if he hits a giant, it does an extra 2d6. He has 30 hit points and a 14 armor class. Who would like the innkeeper, Urgala?
Galdrus. No, I mean,
Galdrus,
Verabra.
Okay. Just so you know, the other one that's coming up is the harness maker, the noble from, not noble, the guy from Waterdeep, Orthavir.
I don't care. Verabra, who do you want? You want the harness maker or the innkeep?
I have totally been talking for so long and wondering why I was just being ignored. I would like the harness maker.
All right, so Arafil will take the innkeep.
Okay. Harness Maker, Orthavir, is a spellcaster. He has an AC of 13 because he's going to cast Mage Armor on himself. He has 16 hit points. His spells DC is 13. He's got plus 5 to hit. He's got his main cantrip is Firebolt, although he also has Blade Ward. And he has Thunder Wave and Witch Bolt for his first level spells. He has 3 first level slots. He can parry because he's apparently part rogue as well. So he can add 2 to his AC against a melee attack that would hit him as his reaction. And he has a rapier that does a D8 damage.
Can I get the spells one time? Sorry.
Sorry?
The spells one more time.
The main spells are going to be Firebolt, which is a plus 5 to hit. And his on second level, first level spell rather, he has 3 first level slots. You can cast Thunder Wave or Witch Bolt.
Okay, thank you.
And then the Innkeeper Urgala, she has an armor class of 12. She has 58 hit points. She wields a Morningstar and a short bow. She gets 2 attacks with either. Morningstar does a D8 plus 3 damage. Short bow does a D6 plus 1 damage. And if she hits a giant, she does an extra 2d6.
How much does she get against giants again? I'm sorry.
An extra 2d6.
Thank you.
I forgot, you guys also met Narth, so if anybody would like to trade out their character for a rogue character, there's a rogue that is also available. The Tavern Keeper. Oh, okay. Very good.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
Everyone. Okay. Everybody you save gives you a quest. Alrighty. So as you run out to the, that's way too far. You hear cries of alarm coming from everywhere around. The boulders are flying in from we'll say they're coming up from, oh, there you go. They're coming from the northeast. They're coming down from the northeast. You see 2, like fire giants, as well as some armored figures coming ahead, as well as 6 orcs riding some sort of strange bird creature. There are also cries coming from. There's also smoke coming from all around. We'll go ahead and let you guys go first, and then we'll do the actions of the monsters second.
Real quick, you said there were 2 fire giants, 6 orcs on some sort of bird creatures, and what else?
And 2 large armored figures striding ahead. The armored figures are wearing they're actually wearing plate mail, so they're quite ferocious looking as well. They are. Let's see. You guys are in the middle of town. Let's see if I can find
These
the map.
orcs you say are on bird creatures. Are they airborne or are they?
No, they are right. They're looking like chocobos almost.
Oh,
If you guys would like to give me either history or nature checks, you can try and figure out what they are.
I rolled a 22 on my history check.
I got a 15 nature.
Alrighty. The history check will tell you that those armor figures you think are Orogs, which are kind of half orc, half ogre. And the nature check will tell you that those are axe beaks. So they're kind of like chocobos with really sharp beaks.
Okay. Would I know that Aurochs are stronger or weaker? I guess it would be stronger than normal orcs. Would they be weaker than ogres?
Yes, they're not as strong as ogres, but they tend to be a bit smarter and a bit meaner. Like ogres are mean just because they're big and they don't know any better. Aurochs tend to be a little bit smarter, so they tend to be actively like cruel.
Okay.
Here we go.
And where we are in this, I guess, kind of describe where we're at again.
Yeah,
Trying to get a lay of the land.
I'm going to post you a map right now.
Cool.
All the townsfolk are kind of gathering in the square. You guys are right there on the outside of that tower, the T1 tower. The orcs are coming down from the north east, as I said. The first rock that came down seemed to destroy the front of the harness shop, as well as it damaged that, and then it also destroyed another building, the open road, which is where it was a closed down business on the north end of town.
Okay. What letter are we at?
You are at Team 1, right there in the middle. They are out. They are coming down the northeastern town, so they're kind of coming along the road around T7 and T. They're coming down the kind of like the Triboard Trail coming from the northeast, and they're right outside of T8.
Okay. And what was T8 and T7 again? Or where was the inn and where was the dwarf Geldrin?
The friends you made, the smith and all. The smith is up at T18. Your inn is T10, which is on the right side of the map. T12, I believe, is the ale house. That's the shitty ale house.
Okay. Ryle is cautious about engaging these giants.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of talking, I guess, to the group. I'm kind of antsy about attacking these giants head on. Especially since there's so many of them, and those guys look like they're heavily armored, and they're giants. I guess, what do y'all think our plan of action should be?
Thin out the bad guys as quick as possible. Kill the orcs, I guess.
Head on. Just attack them head on. Okay.
Well, they kind of like
Um,
invaded a town.
I know.
Yeah, the orcs seem to be spreading. The orcs on their mounts seem to be spreading out and kind of terrorizing the populace. The Orogs are heading. They're kind of a little more focused. They're kind of like going in houses and kind of like destroying the homes. The giants are heading straight in.
Oh, okay. So the two large armored creatures are Orogs. Okay, I thought the orcs were Orogs. Okay.
No. The orcs are orcs. The Orogs are Orogs. And then there's also giants.
All right.
Okay. All right. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yes. So there's 2 giants. There are 5 Orogs and there's 6 orcs.
All right. And you said the orcs were spreading out.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna try to like pick off orcs as they like are isolated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Caldrus and
Oh wow.
Doratha will stick together, and we're going to head towards the nearest orcs if there are any. And if they're spreading out and avoiding us, then I will, I guess, take the fight to these Org guys.
Before we do anything else, are we inside? Can they see us? And
You can be. They see plenty of people running around. If you would like to stay inside the building, and this is a fortified tower, so if you'd like to use that to your advantage, you can. If you would like to go and engage them in the streets, you can do that as well.
well, I guess I'm saying is if we stayed inside for now and tried to pick off a couple, would they notice us with everything else going on?
If you start shooting them from the tower, they are aware the tower is there, and they would probably notice the fact there are arrows coming from it. Yes.
Okay.
Well then, I retract previous statement. Us melee types are going to wait to see what our shooty, spelly people are going to do, because I'm not going to run out there and engage.
And are our NPCs with us, or are they where they
But they are.
were?
We're going to say they're all in the square in the general area with you. They're not like right next to you, but they're in that area.
Okay, so we don't have to actually go get them. Okay.
You don't
That
have
makes-
you don't have to directly have them with your characters. Like you were just controlling them through the fight.
Well, no, I was saying you said Geldrin was out at T18, and T18 is out very far away from T1.
Right. Yes, but he was not. That's where his smithy is. But I said to make it easy, especially since we don't have a map to work
Okay.
with. We're going to say they're all kind of like in the square area.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
So Veribar is going to head outside, but he's going to try to like hide behind buildings and guerrilla warfare, like shoot arrows and move.
I will. Caldrus and Doratha will stick together, and we're going to try to be like the opposite of Veribar. We want to be the like, hey, come look at us, armor clad, weapon wielding, here to save the town folks for them to focus on, so that he can shoot from cover, etc.
Okay. Very good. It is easy enough. Sorry.
I was going to say this is going to sound bad. Ryle's going to notice that, and he's going to wait a little bit for Caldrus to go out. Geldrin would probably he seemed to want to get directly in the fight, so he's probably going to go over there with Caldrus.
All right.
I'm going to wait for Caldrus to get engaged before I run out, because I have some sort of range capability.
Okay. So you guys can go ahead and take shots at whatever you want to take a shot at, whether they're the orcs or the Orogs or the fire giants. The fire giants are the furthest back. Sorry.
Sorry. What's the the name of the innkeep again?
The innkeeper is Urgala.
You said Urgala.
Urgala Meltor. Yeah, Urgala.
Thank you.
Okay. Verabrar will fire an arrow at an isolated orc
Okay.
for 12 damage if a 21 hits.
21 will definitely hit. You said 12 damage?
Yes.
All right, 1 second.
And then he will move and take the hide action.
Okay. That orc is heavily wounded, but not quite dead yet.
And he rolled a 27 on stealth.
Okay. You managed to hide behind a building somewhere. And how about your NPC?
He will fire at an orc near him. He will just shoot a firebolt. Open.
At the same one, or
Excuse me.
If he sees a wounded orc, so like I don't know exactly where. I just came out of the tower and I'm like hiding around, and he's in the square. But if he can see that one is wounded, he will shoot at the wounded one.
okay.
And he rolled a 16.
Roll 16. Okay, 16 will hit. Roll me a d20. If it rolls a 15 or higher, it'll hit the same one you just hit and kill it.
I rolled a 12.
Okay. So it does not hit somebody else. How much damage
So
did it do?
it's a 1d10 fire damage. Let me see.
Right.
It does 1 damage.
Okay. Very
Awesome.
good.
And he's not a rogue or anything, right? So he can't hide.
Right.
Okay. He will try to like take cover though, because he's very squishy.
Okay. He can definitely get cover from massive fires, rocks. Who's next to act? We're doing group initiative. We're not going to be all fancy with this.
I'm kind of waiting on the fight to get a little closer because I'm both my characters are going to be melee. So knock yourself out, guys.
All right, I'll go next, I guess. I'm gonna yell at Geldrin for not bringing his shield, and is the one that Verabrar attacked, or the orc that Verabrar attacked, close? I guess within 120 feet of me.
Yeah, it'll be within 120 feet. They're all kind of like around the square.
Okay, then I'm gonna use Toll the Dead on him, and he needs to make a wisdom save.
All right.
And I'm gonna see Caldris and Geldrin both run out. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I take that back. I'm gonna cast Aid on Geldrin, Caldris, and his NPC, whose name I cannot remember.
Okay. That's Duratha,
Duratha.
the Lord Protector.
Yeah. And I'm going to come out from the innkeep and follow them out, but stay behind them.
Okay. And how about your NPC?
Geldrin is up with Caldris.
All right. Yes.
There's not really a whole lot he can do right now.
Okay.
Are they not within melee range of them?
Are they in range? Are they?
Well, they were. They wouldn't really be able to get to melee range. No.
Okay. Then Geldrin's going to curse.
They're kind of rushing down towards they're all going to meet in the middle, basically.
Okay. Then
They could
Geldrin's going to
prepare
curse.
They could prepare actions for when the people do get in range. They can attack.
Yeah. Geldrin's going to do that. He's going to prepare an action to attack whatever comes in range, and he's going to yell some obscenities at the giant.
Okay. Very good.
And I'm going to follow shortly behind.
All right. Matt, did you want to have your character do anything?
Oh, he fired a 1 damage firebolt.
Oh, you did do that already. Okay.
I will.
So did anybody-
Sorry,
there you go.
it's Arafil and Urgala. Is there one of the orcs within 80 feet?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
They're about 100 feet. They're about 100 feet or so, but yeah, close enough.
All right, so I'll go out about 20 feet then and shoot the closest orc with a crossbow. 21.
Hit.
6 damage.
Okay.
And Urgala is going to follow suit and shoot short bow. I believe that's D8 plus 3, not the D6 plus 1, or am I wrong? D6. Short bow's a D6, right?
Short bow is
This
a
is the-
D6.
right?
All right.
Short bow is a D6 plus 1, yes. For Morning Star is a D8 plus 3.
She rolled a 4, so I don't know what the modifier is, but it does not matter.
Her modifier to hit is plus 3. Sorry about that, for the short bow. For the record, her Morning Star to hit is a plus 5.
Okay.
And I don't know if I told her, she has 58 hit points and a 12 AC.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah, no, 4. It's not going to do anything. And then I'm also going to cast Bardic Inspiration on Verabrar.
All right, very good. Sai, did you and your NPC wish to take a prepared action, or do you wish to dash as far as you can to get into melee range?
Ballpark how far away they are.
If you move your full 30 feet, they'll probably still be 50 to 80 feet away, depending on which one it is. And they are mounted.
We're going to stay right here for now. And we're both going to ready an action to fire crossbow at something that enters crossbow range.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, they're in crossbow range.
Oh, I might be thinking of short bow. Let me... Crossbow is...
For me,
Oh
it's
yeah,
80.
it's 8320. My bad. I will do that thing real quick then. Does Doratha have any dex modifier?
No.
We got a 13 to hit on Caldrus.
Okay, against the orcs.
Yeah,
Okay, that will hit.
and a 16 on Doratha.
That will also hit.
Seven damage from Caldrus. And 8 from Doratha. Sorry, I'm like hand typing everything.
No, that's all right. So yeah, you guys are working together. You're a oiled Harper machine, and you take down one of the orcs. They will. Some of the survivors who were still paying attention will turn towards you because you apparently are more dangerous people. The orcs will spread out. Some of them will go after townsfolk. Some of them will go after you guys. Sai, you're going to get an attack on you.
Cool.
An orc. That is going to be a hit. Did any of you stay in the tower and start shooting out of the tower? I forget.
I don't think.
I'm down near the door, like outside the front door.
Okay. Orc. Just the one attack. It's a D12 plus 3. So it's going to hit you for 7 damage.
Copy.
Verabrar was hiding, so it can't hit him. So we're gonna. It'll also take us. The other one will take a swing at Doratha. It's going to miss her. She's going to dodge out of the way. And then another one will ride up and take a swing at the dwarven shopkeeper, dwarven blacksmith. That's a crit fail, so he is going to not get anywhere close.
Can he attack?
Yes, because he prepared an action, he can't attack.
He did prepare an action. Okay, 1d20 plus 4 gave me a 17.
Okay, that'll hit.
You said that was an orc, right?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, he rolls 6 damage. And it is 1d20 plus 4, right? For hit? Okay, so 6 damage.
Okay. He takes that orc regrets coming into attacking the dwarf. The dwarf is an angry person. The Orogs are a bit behind. They come closer. They are just destroying the fences and some of the buildings. Like the buildings are resisting them, but they're making a mess. But they're like anything plants and anything smaller than a tree is getting knocked down. The fences are being leveled. Horses are like being released and are running in terror. The giants will each chuck a rock. One of them will fly at the building and knock a big chunk out of one of the corners. The stone tower. The other one will fly. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4 will go Matt, Cy, Pat, Tyler, and then 5, 6, 7, 8 will be your equivalent NPCs. Remember your numbers, please. Who was 2?
Not Cauldress.
That was 1.
I think I was 4.
I was 3, so I think it was Cauldress. I think you said Matt, Cy. Or did you say?
Yeah, he did say Psy.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that makes more sense. Fuck it, bring it on.
Anyways, let's see here. He's going to chuck a stone at you then, Caldress.
Come on, you could take it.
I mean, I'm the guy
or
with
dodge.
I'm the 19 AC guy. I'd rather people be firing at me.
Yep. That's a plus 11 to hit.
Yo.
I mean, he could still miss.
You good?
Probably not going to, but it could.
14. So yes, it does miss. He's throwing it from quite a ways away, so you had disadvantage. It crashes at your feet and rolls a bit. Both you and Garatha manage to dodge out of the way. Also, from behind the giants, you see some tiny little figures look like moving flames run up and run into one of the forges, and you see smoke start to billow out from it. Back to you guys.
They have like
The Orogs are well within. Real quick, all the orcs are within melee range of you. If you want to run up to any of them, most of them look at least a little wounded. The Orogs are all fine, and they're within easy, like bowshot range. The giants are on the edge of ranged attacks.
Okay. All right. Well, Verabrar will target another solo orc that's by himself, and from his sneaky hiding spot, he will shoot him with a longbow. A 19.
Okay, that'll hit. And don't forget to sneak attack because you're hidden.
Yep. 18 damage.
All right. You take that orc out of its off of its bird. The bird starts to run around, riderless but still dangerous.
Okay, and then Verabrar will move and hide again. This time he rolled a 24. Hold on, let me check the range on this spell here.
All right, while he's checking the range of the spell, Caldress, what do you wish to do?
Anything within 30 feet of me?
Well, first off, there's the guy that attacked you. The orc that just hit you for a few points of damage.
Oh yeah, I was so caught up with the plus 11 giant guy, I forgot about the measly 7 damage. Bjork. So I will drop my crossbow and I will swing my longsword at him. I'm assuming I can't draw sword and shield simultaneously, so I'm just going to do sword for now. Oh shit, I forgot about the not having the shield. I should remember that. Whoops. Longsword. Uh, 20 to hit. And then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 damage if a 20 hits.
Yep, 20 hits, and that as you drop your crossbow, draw your sword in one movement, and just stab it right under the arm, and it falls off. You hit it so hard it even drags the bird down on its side as well.
Yay!
So if they attack that bird, you'll have advantage against the bird.
Home Skillet will drop her crossbow and do great axe things against that bird, I guess.
Okay. With advantage?
Let me fucking find her stats again.
You get 2 attacks with the greatsword for 2d6 plus 3.
Oh yeah. But I don't know her attack modifier is my concern.
That is not written on there, unfortunately.
1 second.
Well,
she is a 2d. She is a +5 to hit.
okay, so a 20 on the first swing.
Okay, that's a hit.
For, oh, lovely, 6 damage. And a 18 on the second.
18 on the second.
That was loud.
That was loud.
For 9 damage on the second swing. Copy?
I heard you.
I was hearing myself talk and it was frightening.
So, okay.
Mr. Ken, sir. That's what I was concerned about.
Can he now hear us? I can hear you.
I can hear everyone, but I don't know about Ken.
I can't hear Ken.
Yeah, I can't hear Ken.
Ken,
Can you guys hear me now?
there you
Hello?
go. I was gonna say-
Yay!
Yeah, now I can hear you.
So my headset decided to activate my voice command. So let me see if I can get my headset working again here. All right, let's try this then. Hold on, guys. Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. So my headset, I had to plug it back in again. What was the damage on the second attack?
9.
9? All right. So with 2 attacks, she hacks off that thing's head. So you kill an orc and an axe beak. Well done.
Nice.
You're down 2 orcs, and you're down 1 axe beak.
Before I
still-
miss my NPC's turn, can I shoot a firebolt?
Yep.
Alright, so it'd be a 17.
Okay, that's a hit. Against an
For
orc,
s-
right?
Yeah, against an orc for 7 damage.
All right. Very good. That will shoot this one you hit the first time, and it will kill that guy as well. You're now down 3 orcs. No, you're down 4 orcs now. Let's see here. How many of the orcs are there? There's 6 of them. So you're down 4 of the 6 orcs already, although there's still 3 riderless axe beaks running around terrorizing people.
That'll sort itself out.
Yeah. Who else is It hasn't gone yet.
Ryle.
Yeah, Ryle, go ahead.
I'm gonna have Geldrin attack one of the orcs that's close by, and he does 2 attacks for 1d20 plus 4. Wow. Okay, he crit failed both of those.
Good job, Bears.
So I guess he does nothing. And Ryle's going to take this opportunity to get closer to the same, or go up beside Geldrin. And he's going to attack the same orc that he attacked. And he is going to do Booming Blade. And he rolled a 13. Does that hit?
13 does hit the orcs, yes.
Okay. That is not right. He does 7 damage.
Okay.
Wait. My macro was wrong. He does 7 plus 4. He should do 11 damage.
Okay. So he hits that guy. Orc does not go down, although he is very wounded. Blood splatters across the dirt.
Okay.
Is anybody else not gone this round? Going once?
I've
Who
got
hasn't had a second turn?
Twice? Okay. So at that point, you're also going to see some of the guardsmen come up along this. They'll come up running from the sides, and they will take some shots at the Orogs. See if any of them hit with a long bow. That's 1 hit. 2 hits. So yes, they will. A couple of the Orogs will take some shots. They'll take 10 damage total. One of them will, and then the monsters get to go. Ryle, you are in combat with a orc. He is going to try to attack you.
Okay. I have a 19 AC.
All right. He is going to miss you then. He's going to clank off your armor. There's another orc. He will try to attack. You guys have an order there on your. Well, you're also going to have your own order, aren't you? Ryle, on your order on your screen, for the, like, across the bottom with the names.
Yes.
Who is? Who is number 2?
Verabrar.
Verabrar. All right. And we're going to say Eva's Verabrar, because those other ones going to be attack on Verabrar.
But they don't know where I am.
That's true. They don't know where you are.
Unless they roll a 24 on perception.
Yep. Okay. That means they're attacking your NPC.
Oh no! Don't do that.
What's your NPC's AC?
My NPC's AC is a. Hold on, I wrote it down. I think you said it was 13. Yep. But he can use his parry to reaction to melee attacks to make it 15.
Okay. And so they are going to hit. They rolled a 14. So if they use a parry, he will not be hit.
He will use a parry on the first melee attack because it's literally the only thing he can do with his reaction.
Okay. Very good. So he is able to dodge out of the way just in time to dodge that axe. A couple of the random axe beaks, they are unintelligent. One of them will get up and attack Verabrar.
This one can see me, I guess.
No, I'm sorry, I'm Arafel, I meant, sorry. But that's going to be a 6, so it's not going to hit. All right. The Orogs are going to stride into view. Let's see what the attack bonuses are. One of them is going to head over to engage with the town guard. And he's going to beat the shit out of him. The town guardsman is going to take some damage. These guys get 2 Great Axe attacks. Trying to think of where they would be in relation. You guys have all come out a bit. Hunter, I'm sorry, you're Arafel, right?
Hunter is Cauldress.
Cauldress. Goddamn, that's the name I was forgetting. All right. Cauldress. One of them is going to come charging up towards you. The other one is going to go towards the dwarf.
Okay.
Cauldress is going... I'm sorry. Yeah, Cauldress is going to miss you. I think it's 2 attacks. Let's see if the one hits. Nope. Dwarf. Dwarf is probably going to die. That's a crit.
Oh no.
I like them.
He gave me magic arrows.
All right. That is 18 plus 4. So 22 damage to the dwarf.
Okay, he's not dead.
Not dead. Okay. How many orcs were there? 4 of them? 5 of them. That was 2 of them doing that. A couple more of them will cut down some more of the townsfolk, running them, trying to distract. Oh, the other one had the guard. Yes, that's their turn. The giant will throw. Giants will throw some stones again. They see the defenders there. One will throw at one of the guardsmen. Dice. That's going to be a hit. That guardsman is just going to be smushed. And the other one will throw it at Ryle.
Okay.
That's a crit fail.
Awesome.
This fight's being much easier than it should be. So it's back to you guys.
I'll let you ranged guys go first. I'm just gonna swing at a guy.
Let's
Okay.
go by the how we are on Roll20. So RFL, Veriprar, Caldress, then me.
Okay.
That makes
That
sense.
makes things
That's a good
easier.
idea. Our noble bard. Big
Bard?
noble.
Pat.
Wait,
Interesting.
who's going first?
We don't know if we lost our glorious bard.
He might have fallen asleep.
So
It is-
on,
well-
on to Matt.
Yeah,
Alright,
we'll
let's go ahead
come
and-
back to him if he wakes up.
I've got a note here of what's left. We have 2 more orcs, 5 more orogs. Both the orcs are wounded. There are still 5 of the axe beaks and the 2 fire giants. So we'll pick it up next round. Just make a note of the NPC that was wounded so we know it for the future.
Got it.
Okay.
All right.
Matt,
Sounds
you wanna
good. I thought we were marking it down so that we could meet up again next week at this point.
Go? Oh, I misunderstood.
Okay.
Next round.
Well,
Yeah.
there's already enough going on. We're not going to run 2 more. Not going to make one of you run 2 more characters. So we'll pick it up next week, and we'll continue the fight and see if you can save the town of Tribor
Okay.
and save any NPCs in which to get some some quests.
Quests and stuff.
I like
All right.
quests.
I'm a big
I-
fan of quests.
I had fun. I'm glad we are like out on the road doing adventuring things. And
This was a good session. We got some nice
Yeah.
roleplay in, which was
Yeah.
excellent after playing Gothic as a mongoloid destructive force for so many weeks.
I wanted to kind of fist bump you on that one. I know I didn't really do much this session. Kind of burned out from work, but you was on it tonight, Matt.
It felt good after the Gothic. Like, I have two choices: to destroy or to destroy immediately. So,
I'll be
Yeah, I will,
around, gents. Hit me
yeah,
up.
Yep.
I'm sure
I'll
we'll
see y'all
chat
later.
about stupid things during the week, and
Yep.
we'll play again next week, potentially.
Good evening, guys.